Tomorrow is the feast day of Our Lady of Lourdes, the day the faithful celebrate the first appearance of the Blessed Mother to Saint Bernadette. It happened in Lourdes, France, 165 years ago. Our Lady of Lourdes is considered the patron of the sick. Accounts of her miraculous intercession continue to this day. And joining us tonight from Lourdes, France is Marlene Watkins, founder of Our Lady of Lourdes Hospitality North American Volunteers and author of the new book, Everyday Miracles of Lourdes. Marlene, great to have you with us tonight. A lot to get to, but first, tell us what it's like to be over there tonight on the eve of this feast day.
Well, thank you for having us, and bonsoir. Good evening from Holy Lourdes. It is crowded. The last few days, of course, it's the winter. It's a little chilly here. It's 35 degrees tonight. So there haven't been as many people. Of course, it's the winter season. And now there is a swell of people that are coming in by plane, by train, by bus, by car. And it's like a crescendo. And they're arriving in today. Even more will fly in tomorrow morning and fly out tomorrow night. It is completely packed and crowded. The procession is probably the biggest that we hear that we've seen since before COVID. And they're coming from all different languages, all different dialects. And we know that for sure because the procession, which you just missed, it just ended just before coming on. And they were adding extra languages and songs because it was just to have the crowd be able to all conclude up in front of the basilica.
Oh, it just sounds magnificent. And also, you know, I want to get back to this. And we mentioned you have a new book out called Everyday Miracle of Lourdes. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you decided to write it?
Well, it's there. Of course, a lot of people know that there is an exhaustive scientific scrutiny here in Lourdes of people who come forward and claim that they've experienced a healing or a cure or what they would call a miracle. But a miracle is a holy word. And that's the church that determines that. The medical bureau, the office of the medical bureau here in Lourdes, they determine if something can be proven or not proven to be an explainable cure or an inexplainable cure. So the doctor here says that's in residence, he's an unusual physician because most people go to the doctors when they're sick. Everybody comes to him when they're cured. And then his job is to go back and prove what they had. And then following the very strict Lambertini criteria, but it has to be a very serious disease at its worst stage or condition without treatments that could have cured it. It has to be a sudden, instantaneous, total and complete, long-lasting cure. So that's a really strict set of rules to follow. It's what they use in the Catholic Church, of course, for the canonization process of a saint. And then after the scrutiny, there's years of following this, traditionally at least 10 years, then they only say they can't explain it. Then it's up to the bishop where the person comes from to say that this is from the hand of God. So that process, of course, there are, you know, thousands and thousands of people that have come forward, but there's only 70 approved that the bishops have chosen to go forward. Not that the others weren't valid, but the church doesn't feel the need to always do this. And the people who come forward, actually, it's because they feel that they have to share this grace for others to know the gospel continues today, just like it was, 2,000 years ago. So those are the official miracles. But then there's the everyday miracles, we call them here, of the incredible graces of healings that people have that maybe can't be x-rayed, maybe they can't be blood tested, but it nonetheless doesn't make them any less profound. They change the life, they change the heart, they change everything for the person that experiences it. So these are 20 stories in this book of real people from today that are willing to share their story because they all have one thing in common. They're all very humbled by the life-changing experience they have here. So there's people suffering from grief, people who are suffering from abuse, people who are suffering, one woman said she, had suffered an abortion without her choice when she was a young teenager. And she said nothing filled the hole in her until she came here, and a liquid grace filled the hole. And so it changed her life so much. She says,
it sounds so amazing, Marlene. We're going to have to. Yeah, it sounds so amazing. And thank you so much. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. We cannot wait to read the book. So many miracles. And Marlene, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate it. And God bless you.
God bless you, and bon feast day.